If you're someone looking to build a strong core, then you have probably seen the ab roller exercise. But because this exercise is so advanced, it is so easy for many people to injure themselves performing this exercise. Well, in today's video, I wanted to share with you the most common mistakes I see people make, and most importantly, provide you with an alternative exercise that can actually be more effective. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. We are back at it with the Doing It Wrong series, and today we're going to be clarifying how to properly perform an ab wheeler exercise. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. The ab roller exercise is probably one of my favorite exercises that I use myself that can really help you build a strong core. I think it works so many muscles of the trunk and of the shoulders, which can be so beneficial. However, especially for beginners who are just getting into this exercise, I see so many people risking a lower back injury, and it's so dangerous if you're going to be performing this without the proper cues and without the proper technique. So today we're going to clarify and show you exactly how you're supposed to be performing this. Now, the first mistake I see people make is overextending their arms. Because they see this done on a video, or because they maybe see another person performing this in the gym correctly, they just feel like they have to raise their arms all the way out when they're performing this movement. What tends to happen is when people move their arms way too far out, they get in this extension, excessive sway in the lower back, which causes a lot of shear of the lower back and the spine, which is going to cause a lot of issues down the road when it comes to lower back injuries. Now, instead of worrying about extending your arms too far above your head, one of the things I want you to focus on is only going as far as your body will allow you. Now, as soon as you start to raise your arms and your hands away from you as you're rolling the wheel out, you're going to feel the amount of tension in your spine and in your core muscles increasing. It's going to be harder to maintain that proper position of the spine. So you want to focus on only going as far as your body can maintain that neutral spine, which means you may not be even going 2 or 3 feet ahead of you. You might be stopping with only 1 or 2 feet away. So you're not overextending your arms, and you're not getting in a compromised position to where you almost feel like you're going to fall over or fall down on the ground. You want to show control, and you really want to focus on going away and then coming back forward using the right muscle group. Now, speaking of learning how to develop tension in the core and learning how to use the proper muscles of the core, one of the next mistakes I see people make is improper breathing. So the first thing people do is they either hold their breath throughout the entire movement, which is called the Valsalva maneuver, which can sometimes make you pass out. You might experience that if you're lifting a lot of heavy weight and you just hold your breath. But the next movement people do is they just don't even really pay attention to their breathing. They're not really focusing on what's supposed to be happening. So as you start to roll the wheel out, you want to focus on inhaling. Okay, your rib cage is expanding as you are rolling out. Your arms are going overhead. I take a deep breath, inhale through my diaphragm, and you're rolling out, and then you maintain that tension at the top. That's going to keep the intra-abdominal pressure tight. It's going to keep your core muscles engaged. Now, as you come back with the wheeler, then you're going to exhale. So you're inhaling, holding tension at the top. As you roll the ab roller back, you're exhaling, and that's going to ensure that you're maintaining the proper tension and engaging the core muscles the way they're supposed to be used in this specific exercise. Moving on to the next mistake, which is people over-dominating and using their arms too much with this exercise. So when they get started off with the exercise, they think that it's just an ab exercise. And of course, you're moving your arms, you're moving your upper extremities. So what that's going to cause many people to do is overcompensate with their shoulders and their biceps, right? So they start in a position where their elbows are already bent and they're already wanting to cheat using their lats. Okay, so you'll see people starting and they have a bent elbow as they're rolling in and out. And that's a big mistake, because now you're taking the exercise and all the force that you're performing with this exercise all in the upper body versus using it in the abs. So what you want to do is try your best to keep your arms as straight as possible. And as you roll out, that may force you to not go as far, which is totally okay, because as you develop more control with this exercise, you'll be able to go further and further and further. Moving on to the next mistake is not just keeping great alignment of the lower spine, but also keeping good alignment of the neck. Many people think that when you're rolling the ab roller out, you should be watching with your head and your eyes, and you're watching your hands go up, right? Some of the exercises that you normally perform, your head wants to follow what your arms are doing. However, that's a big mistake, right? Many people will get caught in this position where they're fully extended with their arms overhead and their neck goes into this extension, okay? They're looking up at the roller, almost like sometimes you see in a push-up where people are doing a push-up and they're looking straight up. That will cause a lot of neck pain down the road if you're gonna continue this position. What you should be focusing on is, instead of being in this lordosis of the neck, what we call this sway, this extension of the neck, really think about getting a slight chin tuck. So as you're rolling out, you should be getting a slight retraction, chin tuck, and you'll see, and you'll also feel your abs working even harder. That is a great benefit to just neck position and how much the neck position can influence the rest of the spine. Now, the last mistake that I think people are missing out with this exercise is they're only working in one plane. So they're using the ab roller and they think, just because they've seen it many times done incorrectly, that people are just going forward, right? They're just going in one plane. However, if you really want to use this exercise to the most of your advantage, you want to challenge yourselves in many different planes. And really, I'm talking about 3 different planes, okay? So not only are you going to be working on going forward, but also you're going to be working on going towards the left. And then also you're going towards the right, kind of like you're going in this angle, diagonal angle, and you're going to feel all the muscles of the obliques, the transverse abdominis, and these are the muscles that are going to be firing and that are going to help you control that movement as you go side to side and not just forward. Now, many people will maybe not have access to an ab wheeler, or many people will say that this exercise is completely just too difficult. And that's why I think an exercise that is more effective is the plank walkout. So simply, you're going to be in a plank position, and you can do this with your feet extended behind you, or you can even do this on your knees. So there's many different variations, and this is why I really like this exercise, even for beginners that are just getting started off. But their hands are going to be stacked underneath their shoulder, and they're starting in this plank position. And instead of using an ab roller, I like this because it really puts your hands shoulder width apart. Okay, anyone dealing with shoulder problems, this tends to be a little easier for people. Now, what they're going to do now is walk your hands all the way up, and you're still focusing on maintaining good control of your abs and not letting your back get in this sway position here. So I almost think about engaging my core muscles before I start moving my hands, okay? So they're starting in a plank position, and then they start walking their hands up. We call it a plank walkout, okay? Once you reach a position where you feel like you got good control, then you're gonna walk your hands back out to where your hands are stacked underneath the shoulder. Okay, I normally will perform this just like with the ab wheeler exercise, anywhere from 3 to 4 sets, maybe even 8 to 10 reps at a time. And you wanna focus on going nice and slow and controlled. So you'd walk your hands out slowly, keeping that shoulder width apart, and then walk your hands back out. And you're gonna see how challenging this is gonna be, because your hands are forced to control your spine in that movement, okay? So if you are someone that is having trouble with the ab roller exercise, I want you to really implement some of these strategies and tips. And if you found this video helpful, or if you've used one of these tips, please do me a big favor and comment below on which one of these tips was your favorite and was effective for you. In the meantime, if you'd like for me to cover more videos about any other specific exercises, make sure to comment them in below. Appreciate you guys for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.